we're going to plant a container today.
Okay, all right.
And containers, you can plant in anything as long as it holds soil. Most important thing you need to remember is drainage.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Make sure you have a hole
Right.
for drainage.
And it does. It does.
It has a hole. And I happen to have some clay pot shards. I'm putting this over the hole so the soil won't go down through it.
Okay.
I have gotten to so that I like to use pine needles in the bottom before I put soil in. I don't know why. It's a little bit of drainage issue.
Okay, that's interesting. I've never heard that before.
Sometimes people use pine cones.
Okay.
And I have just grounded up pine straw and pine cones and used it at the bottom. Again, another layer to for drainage in the bottom of the pot and to keep the soil at bay from going into the
so it holds the soil in place.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
And next, we're going to put soil in. That is a huge debate. What type of soil, how much soil, and everything. I usually try to get something that's similar to, I don't use potting soil. Potting soil to me is too light, and it dries out, and when it dries out, it's hard to re-water again. So I like to just use some type of composted material in a container. And I have here, this is garden soil for in-use ground, but this is good. That means that it'll have a good mix of compost for our container. So I'll let you pour that in.
All right. And we're going to pour all of it, right?
Pour all in.
All right, there you go. Looks good.
And a lot of people, there's a controversy about this. But I like to use actual soil.
Like soil from the ground?
From the ground.
Oh,
This happens to come out of my garden. I figure the soil that's in my garden is pretty good and there's no diseases or anything in it. So I like to add actual soil with the containerized soil.
Okay, so what kind of ratio are we talking about? You just pour it all in there, just a little bit at a time?
I'd like to do about 20%.
Okay.
And I don't have a whole lot in here.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be just about right.
Okay.
I'll move that. And then, you know, there's roots and things in here. Again, compost, it's just soil. So I'm just going to incorporate this in the root zone. I don't have to get it all the way down to the bottom because I just want it where the plants are going to grow. Now, I think we might need just a little bit more.
Okay, I get that. Just to top it off.
Finish it out.
So how far below the limbs?
Well, I'm going to put plants in here, so we may end up having too much soil in here. But you don't want to put it all the way up to the top because as you plant plants, it'll raise the soil up.
Right.
And you're not trying to bury all the plants in here.
Okay.
Next thing I like to use, this particular site, even though it's shady now, will be get the afternoon and evening sun, so it's a very hot place. And so I like to use soil moist polymers.
So you hydrate those before you actually put them in?
Oh, you have to hydrate them before you put them in, because if you don't, and it's happened before, you put those little crystals in, you put too much in, and you water it, the plant gets pushed out of the pot. So you don't do that. You have to hydrate them first, and I just want them in the top root zone. I don't want them everywhere in it, so that should be.
That's interesting.
These they expand 10 times, and they hold water and have more water than available once you re-wet them every time you water for the roots to have, and you can spread out your watering of your container.
Okay, so it holds a lot of moisture.
Holds moisture for it, but you see, they disappear.
Yeah, they do.
So the first thing, when it comes to selecting your plants, you got to think of the design principles. Texture, color, and the texture. You need to have different textures of your plants, like a coarse texture, a fine texture, a medium texture. And then, of course, the container trifecta of the thriller plant, the big eye-catching plant, the spillers, things that go over the side, and then everything that fills in between.
Fillers, okay. Yeah. I got it.
So we've got that today, and I'm trying new plants for me.
Oh, we're trying something new. All right. What do we have?
This is a variegated banana of some type.
Okay.
And you see the roots are really good in it. It's not over.
Nice.
You don't have to do anything.
It's well fertilized. Okay.
It's well fertilized. Yeah. And since this is against a wall, I'm not going to put it in the middle. I'm going to put it at the back because I don't need anything. There's nothing behind the wall. And we want to plant this at the same level of depth that it is right here. I'm not going to cover this with soil. And it does not need any deeper than the soil in the container, and that goes for everything we plant in here.
So we don't have to do anything to the root ball itself?
No, it's not. And you'll notice we've got soil up here.
Yeah.
We've got to make room for everything else we're going to plant, so that will be the new soil level.
Okay.
And then I have my spillers. This is a variegated, Marguerite sweet potato vine. This is a dwarf one. I think it's Caroline or something. So it's not going to go crazy, but by the end of the summer, it will spill over the container. So I will plant it. Just look at my depth and plant the same depth that it is. And then I also have a new plant for me, a Heuchera, coral bells. And it's yellow to go with the sweet potato vine.
Yeah.
I've never put this in a container before, so
we'll try it out and see.
We're going to try this and see. Not a new first for me here. So I'm going to put this right here.
And so we have enough soil, right?
Yeah.
Well, do we need to add some more? Or?
I think we're going to be okay. Because I've got a plant here.
Okay.
Because I'm going to plant this. This is again a new plant for me. This is a Iresine. It happens to have a coleus that I broke off from something else I planted. I happened to just stick it in there, and it's rooted, so I'll take that off. We're not going to put it in here. But
it's 2 for 1.
This is a Iresine, and I'd never used Iresines before.
Okay.
But we shall see how they do. And let me get this coleus off of it and put him back in the pot to be planted somewhere else. And I did cut the top of it out because it was not bushing, and I didn't like that. But you see, when I cut the top off, which is the apical was cut, look at all these side shoots that are coming out.
So where did you cut it?
I cut it just at the tip.
Right at the tip? Okay.
Right at the tip.
And
I
it
cut
just
the tip
branched
off.
Okay.
And now it's branching out.
That's nice.
So we shall see how this grows. I don't know. I do not know. It's something new.
It's trial container planting. We're going to find out, right?
Yep, we are going to find out. If we do need any extra soil, it's not going to be much.
Okay. Just let me know when you need some.
We're going to put a couple more of these in.
Did you also prune these at the top?
Yeah, I prune this at the top too, and see how it's breaking. So hopefully these will fill in nicely.
Okay.
Oops. Put one here.
Now, Joel, is it getting tight in here with all the plants that we have?
I don't think these are not taking up a whole lot of room.
Okay.
The banana is what I'm more concerned about because I've never planted a banana in a container, so we shall see how all of that works.
Okay.
But I'm going to put the other Iresine right here.
All right, so far so good.
And then I've got another spiller, which is a wave petunia.
Wave, yeah.
I just like this color. I thought it went well with
I like
everything.
petunias anyway. Yeah.
I'm going to put it up in front here. Then I have some pink begonias that I thought I would fill in with.
Okay. You're fine.
We'll be able to get both of these in with plenty of room.
Yeah.
And
so we're looking good on the soil? You don't need any more soil?
I think we're going to need just a little bit of soil.
Just a little bit? Okay.
Here.
Can you dig it in there?
I'm just going to dig in here. Just add a little bit of soil in here.
That good?
I'm going to need one more just to make sure. Got enough.
Okay.
I'd rather add soil than have to take it away and have it spill all over the place.
I would agree with that.
So I like to do a little bit at a time. Just a little bit in between these two, and I think we're good. Now, before we put some mulch on the top, I'm going to put some slow release fertilizer.
So we can actually use slow release fertilizers in pots?
Yes.
Right? In containers? Really? Okay.
Yes. I like it to fertilize for a while. I want to help them get us started.
It is dusty.
All right. Now, the only thing that's left is some mulch. And I like to put mulch in all the containers, and there's so many different kinds. You can use any kind you want.
Sure.
I have started liking pine needles.
Yeah.
I think when you water it then, it hits the pine needles and it disperses the water and you don't get holes in the pot.
I can see that.
So I've started liking, and it's free.
And it's free, right.
Because I have pine trees. So I have been starting to use pine needles.
I've never really seen anybody put mulch in a container before, so this is actually new for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that.
Mulching containers it helps keep moisture in the pot. Looks nice, and I think it helps break up the water when you're watering it.
Wow.
The last thing we need to do is water it, and I have some water.
Okay.
Since our soil was moist and our plants were moist, I will just probably water just with this 1 gallon.
Sure.
And it might come out the bottom, it might not,
right.
But I'll probably have to water it again in the next day or two. I'll water it. You have to keep checking it.
Yeah. Because this will be sitting out in the full sun.
It will be in the full sun, and it's got to establish. And the best way that I know how to tell if it's moist or not is with my own hands. I will just stick my hand down in here and see if it's moist.
Yeah.
If it is, then I won't water it. If it's a little dry, then I will water it.
Okay.
And then it'll get established, and we'll see how it does this summer.
We're going to definitely see. I'm curious to see what this banana's going to look like.
The banana and
once we
the
get out in the full sun,
Iresine
right?
and the Heuchera. I mean, I've just never put any of this kind of stuff together, but they all seem to like the same kind of moisture level and sunlight. So that's the most important thing when you're picking out plants too, besides the texture and the color.
All right, well, we shall see. Thank you for the demonstration.
Thank you.
All right.